Everyone, my name is Kieran. Welcome to another Manchester United live debate. Tonight, we're going to be talking about whether Paul Pogba has ruined his chances of becoming a Manchester United great now. Obviously, with all the news and things surrounding him at the moment, all the comments that have been made in the past, some United fans reacted very, very badly to it. I'd say a lot of United fans have reacted quite badly to it as well. So I want to ask you guys and what your thoughts are. Do you think that Paul Pogba, with these comments and all this controversy, has ruined his chances of ever becoming a United great? Leave your thoughts, of course, in the comment section down below and in the live chat as well. It's difficult. Obviously, the story so far, Mina Marola, his agent, has been getting stick for quite a lot, but got a bit of stick from Paul Scholes. In fact, Paul Scholes, I think, was giving Paul Pogba a bit of stick, saying he's not really a leader. And then, obviously, Mina Marola hit back at that. That was one of the comments that was made. Also, Paul Pogba himself recently has made comments about, potentially hinting at a move away from Manchester United after his contract runs out. Welcome to United, Stan 2. Welcome to stream, mate. Thanks for joining. There's been lots of kind of talk from both agent and player, and a lot of people aren't too happy with Pogba at the moment. But I wanted to get your thoughts on it. Do you think that Paul Pogba can become a Manchester United great? With all this negativity surrounding him, all the bad press and things surrounding him. Do you think he can realistically become a Manchester United great? Because there are often the players that are considered as Man United greats or legends are, that they might have gone through controversial parts in their career, but they did perform. Everyone remembered them for their great performances. And with Pogba this season and the last few seasons, yes, he's performed really well in patches, and I think last season he had an all right season, but I think this season he has not started well. And if he keeps up this poor run of form, then will he really be able to? Welcome FD5, welcome to the stream, mate. Thanks for joining. If you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe. But also, if you want to go check out FD5's channel as well, go check him out. Yeah, he's trash. Well, to be fair, I think it is. You say that, but I mean, this season I have to agree. I mean, I can't defend him, to be honest. He really hasn't been good this season, I've got to say. So yeah, I mean, I can't. I can't even defend Pogba's performances this season, so that is a fair enough comment. But cheers for subbing, by the way. Cheers for subbing. If you want to go check out FD5 as well, go check him out. A great channel as well there. But yeah, I'm just interested to see what you guys have to think, because I've seen a lot of kind of on, Manchester United social media or Twitter or whatever. There's been a lot of negativity surrounding Pogba. A lot of people having their say on his recent comments, saying, he can F off to Barcelona, places like that. A lot of people not happy. So I wanted to get your thoughts on it as well before the England game, because there is an England game, I think, in I don't know when it's going to start, maybe in the next 20 minutes. So I'll probably end the stream in around 20 minutes just before the England game. I want to say welcome to Sheaf and welcome Yash. Welcome to stream, guys. Thanks for joining. If you haven't already, please feel free to leave a like. Also, if there is any lag or anything like that, I do apologise. Can't really help it. But yeah, I mean, I still think, Pogba, especially last season, played really, really well for us. I thought his performances last season were underrated. But I do think that he needs to be a lot more consistent, especially for someone who we bought for, £89 million. Has he really repaid us on that investment yet? You would expect him to make a huge impact in the team, and I think he's made an impact, but I'm not sure how big of an impact he's really made. At times, he looks like one of the best midfielders in the world, but I'm not really sure if he's made a huge impact. The impact that everyone thought he was going to make when he did join Manchester United. I think there's no doubt he's an absolute class player, and I think we look better with him in the team than him without the team. And the stats don't lie about that. The stats suggest that. I do think Pogba's a good player for us, and I would not like to see him sold. But I'm just wondering what you guys think, obviously, as the debate for tonight. Do you think Paul Pogba can become a Manchester United great, or do you think that with all this controversy and things surrounding it, and the way he's performing at the moment, do you see the situation going only one way, him moving away, and that'll be that? Also, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below and all that good stuff. Also, go check out all the channels in the description as well. This is off my phone. This streams off my phone, so I can't. I haven't included all the channels that I usually do. So if you want to go check out all the channels I link, go to my last video, or indeed go to my channel page. I've got all my channels listed there. Yash, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining. He says Pogba is good, but his attitude needs a big U-turn. Yeah, I totally agree. I think Pogba can be an absolutely fantastic player on his day, but I think in some places he needs to kind of change his attitude. The way he goes about things, especially interviews. We already had the comments this season about when Pogba was saying. We're already the comments this season of Pogba saying, I can't say certain things. I can't say certain things or else I'll be fined. And, saying things like that, he should know himself. He should know better that they create rumours and they create, loads of, they create speculation. And really, we don't need any more speculation. We don't need that, more speculation than we already have. I think Pogba does need to be careful with the way he handles himself. Welcome, DLM. Welcome to the stream, mate. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. If you want to go check out DLM's channel as well, go check it out. I will be finishing this stream up before the England game starts. I'm not sure when it's going to start. I'm not sure if it's a 7:45 kickoff or if it's an 8 o'clock kickoff. I'm kind of hoping it's an 8 o'clock kickoff because if it's a 7:45 kickoff, I'm going to have to wrap this stream up pretty quickly. But there you go. Well, welcome Roberto. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it, mate. Go and check out Roberto as well. He's got some great stuff. If you haven't already, guys, as well, please do leave a like. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Also just, get your thoughts in. Leave your thoughts in the live chat. What are your thoughts? Do you think that Paul Pogba can become a Manchester United great? Or do you think his comments and the controversy surrounding him has changed your mind about Pogba and you think that he should leave? You think it'd be better if he did leave the club? I want to hear your thoughts and I'm really interested to hear what you have to say. Yash said, if Zidane joins, he may change his mind, but with 250k, 300k a week, they act so childish. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, obviously. I think a lot of us, if we were earning that sort of money to play for Manchester United, it'd be the absolute dream. And, I don't know. I feel like on the pitch he can be absolutely inspirational for the team. He can be fantastic. We've seen some brilliant performances from Paul Pogba, and it's unfortunate that that it's kind of turning out this way, and it seems like there's only going to be one end for this Paul Pogba saga because against Man City last season, I thought overall last season he had a decent season, but unfortunately we need him to be doing those sort of Man City away performances that he did last year a lot more consistently if we are going to win something, and unfortunately we're not getting that out of Paul Pogba. We saw a great performance from him in the Leicester game, in the first game of the season, but after that it's just been pretty average from Pogba, to be honest. Roberto says Pogba won't do shit at United because the relationship between him and Mourinho is not good. Well, I haven't actually mentioned that, so it's a good point you bring up there, Roberto. Obviously, he always talks about his relationship with Jose Mourinho as being professional, which basically means that they're not exactly the best of friends, but they just get on in terms, because it's the job. They go on with the job at hand and they work together on a professional level, which is fair enough. I'm not expecting everyone, to like everyone. I'm just expecting everyone to be able to kind of get on and buy into their philosophy. But the only danger with, him using the term, I've got a professional relationship, does that really bode well? Does it really bode well? I mean, it's kind of him saying, I'm not too into what the manager's doing. I mean, I'm kind of buying into what the manager's doing and supporting the manager because I have to, because I'm contractually obliged to do it, which isn't great if you're looking at kind of team spirit and harmony. But we need the United players to have a siege mentality, go in, all basically the us against them mentality, and start proving a few of the critics wrong. Welcome, Nick. Welcome to the stream, mate. Thanks for joining. He says, can you be a great when you're still playing? Well, I mean, yeah, obviously he's not going to be a great now, but obviously when he finishes his United career, whether that means he's going to leave the club, or whether that means he's going to retire as a one club man, or well, not a one club man, but retire at the end of his career at United, which I sincerely doubt is going to happen. To be honest, at this stage, I think he is probably going to leave to someone like Barcelona, maybe Juventus. Roberto, I'm not sure what you think about that. Do you think what's the likelihood of Pogba moving back to Juventus? What would you take him back as well? But it's I'm not. I think for me, I think if he can put this controversy beside, to one side and start playing the football that we know he can and start reaching his potential, is that? I mean, I'm not even sure if that's possible at this point. But if he can do that. And keep on improving and win us titles and win us potential Champions League trophies and things like that, then I think he can go down as an all-time great for Manchester United. But unfortunately, the way it is right now, I don't really see it. Yash says we can't blame everything on the manager. These players do not have mentality. It used to be so great seeing Vidic, Evra and Ferdy and even Raphael brothers. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I remember growing up watching those sorts of players, and it was just. We were absolutely spoiled. We really were spoiled watching that sort of football, watching a great style of football under one of, if not the greatest football manager of all time. You guys can debate that. But obviously Sir Alex Ferguson with the record he had. And it was just, it was so great, waking up, watching that kind of style of football. It was enjoyable. And the players as well all bought into Sir Alex Ferguson's mentality. And they all wanted to play the same way. They all had the same goals. And, it was great to see. I totally agree with you, Yash. But I agree. You can't blame everything on the manager. I do think that the players they're the ones that get paid. They're the ones that have to take responsibility sometimes. And I do think in this modern era, managers get a lot more of the blame than players. I'm not sure if that's been like that for the whole time, but certainly when I've been watching football, I've definitely noticed that managers have to take a lot more stick than the players do, which is kind of unfortunate because I think. The players always blame everything else but themselves, and the manager has to soak up the pressure and take it and say, we weren't good enough today, and the manager gets all the stick for it. They're the one that gets sacked. The players don't get sacked, which is look, that's my thoughts on it, but I do agree with you that players do get a lot more of a free ride than managers do in football. Welcome Matthew Jones, welcome to stream. Thanks for joining. His link is in the description down below. Obviously I'm doing this off my phone, so it's not obviously like the description is not going to be as good as it usually is, so I do apologize for that. But yeah, I'm also doing this stream a bit earlier than I usually do because, of course, there was an England game on, England versus Switzerland, and I'm sure in our little community there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be doing kind of live watch-alongs and things like that. So go and check out those channels as well. Yeah, if you haven't already, guys, go ahead, smash that like button. Can we get to 10 likes before the end of the stream? I will be ending the stream when the England game begins. I'm not sure when the England game is going to start, but I will be ending the stream when the England game starts, which is in about 10 minutes time. So keep getting your thoughts in the meantime. I'm really interested to hear from you guys. Yashir says, advertising has changed the game forever. Hope to get the players of old who played for the bad. So sad. Yeah, I know. I mean, that's the thing. Obviously, money has changed football, and I think there's a lot more players who are playing for their money, playing for their paychecks, rather than showing loyalty to clubs. But that was always going to happen, with the money. We've seen the likes of Carlos Tevez and other players, moving away to moving away to China and things like that, just to get more money, and not because they obviously, it's not like they actually really know what all the clubs in China. They're not really inclined about crazy about the football in China just because they'll pay him 600 grand a week. So look, that's the way football's gone. I think if you can pay on enough, they are going to move away, and I think there's only a few players left who won't accept that sort of offer. But yeah, I totally agree, Yash. You're at school now, obviously. Yeah, obviously the times are a bit different here. So yeah, hopefully I won't get you in trouble for watching me at school. But thank you very much for watching, Matthew. And I appreciate the support as well. Shivam Yadav said, dude, I think Pogba loves a walk with Roller. Yeah, too fair. I mean, Pogba and Roy's relationship, I think it's a good relationship between them. I think they are both kind of really friendly with each other. But I mean, obviously, for a Man United fan's point of view, and a lot of people have been saying that Pogba, after the comments that Roller made about Paul Scholes, where he said that he wouldn't know a leader if he was standing in front of Winston Churchill. After those sorts of comments, I think everyone was calling for Pogba to drop Mino Raiola as his agent, but that hasn't happened. So, potentially that could suggest that their relationship isn't, is still very good, and they respect each other's opinions. Shivam also adds he needs to go for a walk in Spain. Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of Man United fans have the same point of view as you, Shivam, because I think a lot of United fans are very very angry with with Pogba's recent comments and have reacted badly as well. But I do think that Pogba is a very, very decent player for us. But obviously, I do agree that it doesn't mean he should be able to kind of walk all over the club like that, because no one is bigger than the club, as you've mentioned in your latest comment. Yash says, with Shaw out, out and Pogba with this mindset, difficult to imagine what's going to happen this weekend. Yeah, to be fair, there's been a bit of negativity. Obviously, Luke Shaw, hopefully he gets well soon after his concussion. It did look a very nasty one he suffered against Spain on the weekend. So yeah, hopefully he does get better soon, because he was in such good form, and it just showed football can be so cruel sometimes. Luke Shaw, who was on top of the world, he was playing really well for Man United. He's finally getting back into the team, and then that happens to him. Obviously, I think he won't be out for too long, but it is very very cruel on him. So hopefully he gets better soon. And yeah, with all the stuff around Pogba as well, it could potentially go badly. It really could potentially go badly. Shivam says Fellaini is more consistent. He does what Mourinho says to him. If it's defending on midfield or attacking the box, yeah, exactly. I think consistency is a great point you mentioned there, because for me, Paul Pogba has played some brilliant games for us. Man City away, especially in the second half at least, he was absolutely fantastic. I thought away at Arsenal, he put in a really good performance. And I thought overall last season, he was very, very good for us. And I thought his overall performance last season was a bit underrated by kind of pundits. But I do think he needs to be a lot more consistent. He needs to be, the player that we bought for £89 million from Juventus. And we haven't seen that consistently enough. In this season especially, in that first Leicester game, he was fantastic. And we thought, we've got the real Paul Pogba. He's finally arrived from Juventus 3 years later than we actually bought him. But unfortunately, these last few performances, yes, against Burnley, he improved a lot. Whether that was because Burnley's midfield didn't offer too much in the way of resistance, that remains to be seen. But I think, the way Pogba's played this season, I mean, he could potentially turn it around. We'll have to wait and see on his next few games, but I think, yeah, he definitely needs to be a bit more consistent. Welcome, Rodney. Welcome to stream, mate. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. If you want to go check out Rodney's podcasts and debates like these, go check out his channel. I'd really recommend it. Some very, very interesting chats to have, and very interesting chats to listen to as well. So go and check him out. Shivam says Burnley was a good positive, and no player on international break should talk about their club. But Pogba has been shitting around from his mouth, dude. Yeah, I mean, look, I think I think that it's always dangerous when players are being goaded by the media. Their clubs, they're being probed about. Obviously, Pogba's constantly getting questions about his relationship with Jose Mourinho, constantly getting kind of asked about it, asked to comment, what is your relationship like? Do you like Mourinho? Do you like working with him and stuff? And he's probably getting very, tired of it. And maybe, obviously he mentioned it as a professional relationship, but obviously, talking about your club when you're away on international duty, it has historically been has been a recipe for disaster, and maybe Pogba's comments. A lot of Man United fans have reacted quite badly to them, and maybe this has gone the same way. But I still think that there's some Man United fans I see on Twitter who are saying Pogba can leave the club, but I do think that. On his day, Pogba can be absolutely fantastic, and I do think we look better with him in the team than without. So. I mean, maybe that's just me being in denial of the facts. Maybe that's just me, being in denial of the fact that Pogba is not as good as I think he is. And that might come to the fray. I might get absolutely shown up against Watford. against Wolves the next few games that we play, and the people wanting him out might become 100% right, and I'll accept it. I will accept it. Shabamos says, look at Mourinho's face while playing for playing for United and dancing off in France, and eight or nine posts on Insta should get over with World Cup. Well, I mean, obviously, for him to win the World Cup, it was really, it was great for him, and I feel like he should be able to enjoy his moment. I think a lot of journalists and people, and especially rival fans, jump on the bandwagon of pointing and laughing at the dancing and the celebrations. But I think for me, mostly that's because they're quite jealous of the fact that one of their rival players has won the World Cup, and they see the dancing and go, oh, that's embarrassing. But I mean, if that was one of their players, they wouldn't be saying the same thing. But I do think he needs to enjoy the World Cup. But I mean, obviously, I do think it shouldn't go to his head. He shouldn't think, oh, I'm a World Cup winner now. I'm bigger than the club. I should be getting in the team every week, and I don't even need to play my best football to, be considered as a good player. I think he needs to, you still have to work hard, regardless of where you are. You still have to work hard. Welcome, Fergie United. Welcome to stream. Thanks for joining. Also, welcome, Daz's Football Stand. Welcome to stream. Both really, really good channels. If you want to go check them out, please do feel free to do so. I'd really appreciate that. Shivam says, Sir Alex once said he got no respect and should be as far away as possible. Well, obviously, Sir Alex Ferguson was the manager who got rid of him in the first place, and said he wasn't quite ready, and Pogba wasn't happy and wanted to prove himself, and he did prove himself. So maybe the key to unlocking Paul Pogba, which seems to be the question that we've been trying to answer since he's come to the club, is to give him something to prove. Give him a point to prove, and I think definitely right now he does have a point to prove, especially to a lot of the fan base. Rodney says there are so many rumours, but he is a good player. Yeah, well, he is a good player, and there's no doubt about that. We've seen some incredible performances from him in a Manchester United shirt, and there's no doubt that he's a fantastic player on his day. He's got into the FIFA World Pro 11 before, but I don't think the Paul Pogba we saw at Juventus has arrived yet, and I feel like he needs to arrive, or else we need to send it back to the. We need to get our receipt. We need to get our receipt out and send it back, because he has the Paul Pogba we thought we were going to get hasn't arrived. Now, obviously, some fans are saying, well, we haven't played him in the right position. He doesn't have the same sort of players around him. But for me, if you pay £89 million for a player, you expect a bit more than what he's producing this season. I sincerely hope he can improve his performances, and hopefully against Watford we'll see an improvement. But if we don't see an improvement and we see another lackluster performance from Paul Pogba, I tell you what, a lot more that there'll be more and more fans will be added to the people who are getting on his back, and I don't agree with getting on players' backs, but yeah, It's a difficult one, isn't it, guys? It's a difficult one. But Shivam says, Mourinho now set up a 4-3-3. Left centre mid, right centre mid, everything. Had Roy Keane, but there is a dressing room. Pogba will be crying in the corner. Yeah, obviously, if Roy Keane, I think a lot of Man United fans are crying out for Roy Keane. Unfortunately, I didn't get the pleasure of watching him, but a lot of Man United fans who are a bit older than me always speak very, very fondly of him, saying he was a real leader. He's one of the best leaders that this club ever had, and I do think we lack leaders. I do think we lack leaders in the team, and we thought Paul Pogba coming off the World Cup was going to be one of these leaders, but unfortunately it hasn't really happened that way, as of yet at least. I'm not sure what the key is to unlock him, but it's an age-old mystery, it seems, for that. Fergie United says he causes his own problems. He needs to do what he did with France and do his talking on the pitch. Exactly. I think all good players do their talking on the pitch. They let the journalists, they let the fans speculate and talk crap about them. But when they go on that pitch, they proved to themselves and they proved to everyone else what they can do. And I think that is what Paul Pogba needs to do. And on that note, I'm going to end the stream because the England game is just about to start. So thank you to everyone who has tuned in for this one. If you haven't and you are watching this as a video, please do feel free to subscribe to the channel and also leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'm really interested to hear what you have to say on this debate. So leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you to everyone who has been watching. I'm going to go watch England play a friendly against Switzerland. who knows? We might get 3 points this time. But yeah, it's a bit of a pointless friendly, isn't it? But I guess we'll be able to see a few of the up and coming English talent coming through. Anyway, thanks for joining us, guys. Really appreciate it. Please leave a like if you haven't already. Nearly at 10 likes. So thank you very much. I appreciate the support. Subscribe to the channel, of course, if you are new. And I'll see you guys in the next one.